the Upkeep for Monday, February 13th, 2023.
That's right. It's all the magic news you need in 10 minutes or less.
And the biggest magic news this week is, of course, the return of the Paper Pro Tour.
That's right.
Woo-hoo!
Pro Tour Phyrexia All Will Be One begins this Friday in Philadelphia.
Wow. And we're still here in Minnesota, but we're about to be in Philadelphia.
We are about to be in Philadelphia because coverage starts at 11 a.m. Eastern on Friday over at twitch.tv/magic.
Yeah, check it out, everybody. Coverage will be 11 a.m. Friday and Saturday. And then on Sunday for the top 8, it's going to start at 9 a.m.
And those are all Eastern times,
Eastern
FYI.
times, yes.
It's Pioneer and Draft for the Swiss, and then Pioneer for Sunday's top 8. So tune in at the start of the day to catch those sweet Pyraxia All Will Be One drafts.
I know, I'm so excited. Like, it's kind of the Wild West out there for draft right now. And I'm excited to see what the pros are doing. They're in their pro testing houses right now.
Exactly.
Just like the olden times.
What color pairs are going to come out on top?
Churning
what
butter.
Are they gonna, what uncommons do they like? What commons do they like?
Riding horses into the... That's how it used to be, you know?
Weaving.
Harvesting carrots from their self-sustaining gardens.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Talking to their goats.
We'll talk to the goats hopefully this weekend. You know what I mean?
Snap.
If you want to qualify for one of these, we now have some dates for you to keep in mind. By the way, they talked about these on Weekly MTG when Huey Jensen came on and talked about the state of pro play. Of course, the first event that's on our list is the Pro Tour coming up February 17th through the 19th. And then the Pioneer RCQ round for Pro Tour number 4 is happening April 22nd through August 20th.
That's right. So in that kind of gap in between, at the end in March and at the beginning of April, is the set of regional championships that players have already qualified for. That are going to be sending them to the next Pro Tour. But like we said, if you want to get in on the next regional championships, which are May through July, then hop into those RCQs, man.
Yeah, and after those RCQs is Pro Tour Minneapolis. Pro Tour 2, very excited for that. That's coming up May 5th through the 7th. So if you're interested in qualifying, there's some dates on your screen for you right now to know.
Next up, you can check out the Phyrexia All Will Be One comprehensive rules changes if that's your jam.
Yeah, so there's a fun new bit, a fun new change.
Yes, there is now a section for battles. They say, quote, a new section has been added to the rules for the battle card type. It has one sub-rule which explains that there are currently no battles. If that should change, that section will be updated accordingly.
If that should change. Tell us what a battle is, Wizards. We still don't know.
Nope.
I've been thinking about it ever since we talked about it on Good Luck High Five. I'm like, what is a battle? It's really it's just in my brain and I need to know. I guess I'll find out soon enough. I know. It's so frustrating. Speaking of Premier Play, we're not going to talk about Premier Play and Arena. They've made an announcement on how that is going to work moving forward.
Yes. So they say the best of 1 and best of 3 qualifier play-ins will continue through the end of the year, as will the qualifier weekends. The top prize for those on day 2 of a qualifier weekend is a seat at the Arena Championship. If all 32 seats aren't filled that way, then players with the most day 2 qualifier weekend wins will earn the remaining seats. And there's going to be a leaderboard later on where you can find out who is leading in those wins.
Yeah, and they don't really fill them. I mean, they haven't at least this past season of doing these. So like just getting those wins on day 2 is going to end up being important. And then of course you get to play in the Arena Championship if you qualify through the qualifier weekends. There's going to be 3 this year. The first one is coming up this March 18th and 19th, so that's coming up pretty soon. Then there's going to be one in May and one in either September and October.
Each one will have a $200,000 prize pool, and the 2 finalists will earn seats at the World Championship.
Now news about those Arena Opens you might love to play in, like me. Very exciting.
They are all going to be limited.
All limited, baby!
All limited. Day 1 sealed and day 2 draft.
I love it.
And any players who earn monetary awards will also get entry to the next qualifier weekend.
Great. There's going to be 10 total Arena Opens in 2023. The ones coming up that you need to know about the most, March 3rd and 4th, April 1st and 2nd, April Fool's Day one, I guess,
Ooh.
huh? And April 29th and the 30th.
Very nice.
I know. So I'm so stoked for that news. I don't know why they decided on that, but you know what? I'm happy they did.
Next up, the Welcome to Pyraxia Festival events begin today over on Arena. There's one for each sphere of new Phyrexia. They each run for 3 days, and you can win up to 5 Ichor card styles in each event.
Yeah, and each event has a different kind of emblem, which gives you different effects in the game. If you want to find out what those emblems are and exactly what kind of Ichor card styles you can have the possibility of winning, you can check that out over on dailymtg.com. Well, do you want to sit on your magic cards? Is a question you've probably never thought about, but guess what? Soon you'll be able to do it.
That's right.
I mean, in a different way than you could, like just by sitting on them.
Yeah,
you know
LoveSac now has a sack that's covered in cards. It's called the 30th anniversary sack. And you get a LoveSac and the magic cover for only $975.
In a partnership you never saw coming, LoveSac and Magic the Gathering.
I don't know what to say.
If you've got a Magic the Gathering den and you're like, what's this den missing? And the answer is just one giant sack, then this perhaps would be the perfect thing to put in your Magic den. That's all I can say. Somebody made this secret lair, like piece of art that's like LoveSac secret lair combo, and they put 4 cards that they're like pre-order starts February 14th.
It is very funny.
So you might have seen this running around on Twitter. This is like
Because
not
it's
real,
cards-
but
It's very well
it looks
done.
really good.
There's a cauldron familiar where the cat is sitting on a LoveSac.
There's a goblin bombardment where the 2 goblins are riding 2 little LoveSacs.
Yes, there's a Falconwrath aristocrat where they're reclining in the best, nicest looking LoveSac of all time.
Look, I had to check because this looked real, and I was like, I guess they would do it.
It's not, but the LoveSac is real.
Actually is, so you can get that, everybody.
Wow. What a weird time.
What a weird time we live in for Valentine's Day. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode of The Upkeep. That's all the news we have for you this week. Next week, we'll check in, of course, with after the Pro Tour and find out how that whole thing went down. And MagicCon Philly. Tons of action there this weekend. So if you're there, hello. Hopefully we'll get to come and say hi to you, though the 2 events are kind of pretty separate, so we might not get to see everybody as much as we would want to. But very excited for everything coming up this weekend. Preview of that coming up on our full-length episode this week. Good luck, high five. Check that out and become a supporter. If you like The Upkeep, if you're like, I come here every week and get my news from you, we would love to see you over as our family member over on patreon.com/GLHFmagic. Check it out. And happy Valentine's Day, everybody. You complete us. You know? COMPLEAT.
Completed.
You complete us.